Welcome back to the Witcher lore series. Today we will focus on geography as well as politics in the world of the Witcher. I've divided this subject into two parts, and today's episode will focus on the Northern Kingdoms, the main setting of the novel saga, where political intrigue and bloodshed is commonplace and persecution of non-humans are fierce. The Northern Realm is inhabited by countless kingdoms and duchies, but let's take it slowly and talk about how the continental geography directly affected the political division on this vast land. To start, we need to talk about the two most important rivers on the continent, the Yaruga and the Pontar. The Yaruga River marks the geographic division between north and south of the continent. North of the Yaruga, you guessed it, are the northern kingdoms, including Redania, Temeria, Kedwen, Aedirn, Pavus and Kovir, as well as countless other smaller duchies and city-states. South of the Yaruga is the Nilfgaardian Empire. That's right, nothing else. The kingdom of Sintra, located just south of the Yaruga, was once a strong member of the northern kingdoms, but was annexed by the Nilfgaardians after the First Nilfgaard-Nordling War. The banner of Nilfgaard's golden sun now flies everywhere south of the Yaruga, from the province of Nazair all the way south to Nilfgaard's home province, over a landmass nearly twice as large as the northern kingdoms combined. The other significant river, the Pontar, is located between the northern kingdoms of Redania and Temeria. The Pontar flows all the way eastward into Aedirn and Kedwen, providing food for millions of people, who in turn raised up many cities beside its mighty banks. The two most notable being the Redanian city of Oxenfurt and the free city of Novigrad, located in extreme proximity with each other on the Pontar Delta. Oxenfurt is known for its academy, being the altar of all scholars on the continent, and Novigrad, controlling the seaport and being the largest human settlement in the north, enjoys its political freedom as a free city as well as being the absolute center of commerce. And as a token of goodwill and prosperity, both cities have in fact named one of their main entrance gates using the other city's namesake. The fame of Novigrad and Oxenfurt almost completely overshadows the Redanian capital of Tretgor, where King Radovid V resides. Enough about Redania and the free city of Novigrad. Their neighbor to the south, across the Pontar, deserves equal attention. Temeria, the Pearl of the North, is ruled by King Foltest from his royal palace in Vizima. Vizima is built on the banks of the beautiful Lake Vizima, which is filled with pristine waters from the Pontar. Temeria is known for great forests, Maribor, which produces superior timber for the Temerian army. Also, the woods of Brokilon, the mystical homelands to elves and other legendary creatures. Northeast of Vizima is the Duchy of Elander, which is in liege to Temeria. Located there is the Temple of Melatel, the goddess of love and fertility, which is where Geralt is found at the start of the first novel. Kedwen and Aedirn are northern kingdoms east of Redania and Temeria respectively, each separated by a mountain range in the middle. Aedirn has a mostly agricultural economy due to good harvests in the mild continental weather. Its capital is Vengerberg, home to the female protagonist, the sorceress Yennefer of Vengerberg. To its south is the kingdom of Lyria and Rivia, where Geralt is granted his title despite not being born there. Kedwen controls the largest landmass among the northern kingdoms, but its military might has taken a hit from the Nilfgaard-Nordling War, as a result of being the central force of the Northern Alliance. Its capital is Ard Carrig in Elven, translating to High Rock in common tongue, and it is convenient to remember some basic Elven as there are plenty of places that preserve their original Elven names. For example, Ard means high or greater, while An means low or lesser. Remember this rule for the next episode when we sail over to the Skellige Islands. Another place of interest in Kedwen is deep in the Blue Mountains to the north. There resides the Witcher stronghold of Kaer Morhen, home to the Wolven School and Geralt's training ground. Last but not least, we have the kingdom of Pavus and Kovir. the most northern realm, just south of the impassable Dragon Mountains. The extreme winter cold is often unbearable near the mountains, and that's why Pavis and Kovir switch back and forth between the summer capital of Lan Exeter and the winter capital at the coastal city of Pont Vanis. Despite having a small landmass, Pavis and Kovir provides the majority of rare minerals to the northern kingdoms and is the only realm where non-humans are safe from persecution. The northern kingdoms are an interesting bunch. Some are bound by political marriages, such as King Radovid of Redania joining hands with Princess Ada of Temeria. Some hold grudges against each other, like how Aedirn and Kedwen fights over rich lands around the Pontar. And when the north faces a common enemy, more often than not the black-coated legions of Nilfgaard, they choose to forget their differences, unite in strength, and push back the invaders. Among all the northern rulers, there is one that we must keep an eye out for. The newly throned king of Redania, Radovid V, or as his people call him, Radovid the Stern. He might seem young and immature, but do not be fooled by his appearance. Radovid rules not only with a cruel iron fist, but also with a sly and shrewd mind. Growing up in an environment where sorceresses essentially manipulated Redanian politics, Radovid's hatred towards mages, mutants, elves, and dwarves became more and more apparent. Ever since his reign started, the persecution of non-humans have been widespread and terrifying. Pyres all across Redania burned non-stop, and thousands perished. Despite the never before seen atrocities that his policies created, there is no doubt that Radovid is a tactical genius. Through his marriage with Princess Ada of Temeria, he is laying down claim on the Temerian crown after King Foltest's assassination. Radovid also fixes his eyes on Kedwen to the east, whose strength and might of the past is severely weakened by the Nilfgaard-Nordling wars. In Kedwen's rapid decline, Radovid sees an opportunity. The opportunity to create a new northern order under the red banners of Redania. While the north is on the verge of chaos, Nilfgaard lies in wait silently in Sintra, at the southern banks of the Yaruga. Emperor Emir Var Emrys, no less of a tactician than Radovid, seeks to march his countless legions across the river and finish off what his previous two invasions have not accomplished. Unite the entire continent under the banners of the Golden Sun. How did Nilfgaard become the mightiest empire of all on the continent? And what of Skellige Islands and their political system? I will return in episode 3 for the second part of Geography and Politics. Welcome to the world of The Witcher.